Yes, yes, yes. We are back in live in full effect for another episode, the APF podcast, episode 138. It is the most phenomenal man that shocks the system, aka the coach. It's your boy going forward. Hope you guys have enjoyed the day. Getting ready for the weekend. We've got some great topics. Let's get into it. So, we all know the All Star game is coming around, and they have released the third fan voting. So, and as and no surprises here, everything's the same. LeBron and Curry got like 12 million of the vote, 12 million votes combined, and I'm telling you, man, I think Klay Thompson might. There might be a slim chance he might get in there.
Bro.
I mean, there's a slim. Freaking Carmelo Anthony off of fan voting got 1.4 million. Okay, so it's like you know who they want to see. You know who they want to see in there because
There is
Melo
no
was
way.
Melo was in there almost like every damn year for like the early 2000s until he started until after 2015, and then he got one more and that was it. But I'm just saying it might be possible in my personal opinion.
Hmm. Let's see.
The
But
East is the DeMar DeRozan running away with it. Durant and Giannis are like around are 300,000 apart, and the East is like so dead. And then you have the West who has like almost the whole front court almost has a million votes. So
yeah, it's pretty dead over there.
and then you got like the top five got 2 million, and like the rest you got like 1 million, and then you look at the East, only 5 out of 10 got 1 million, and the guards only 4 out of the 10 got a million. So it's kind of like you already know who's going to be there, versus just based off of like the vote off the voting alone.
Mm-hmm.
But mm,
So I believe um, Rob's starting five based on the fan vote would be for the Western Conference, obviously Curry, Morant, James, Jokic, Wiggins, same, DeRozan, Trey Young, Kevin Durant. But since he won't play, we'll see who actually gets a start by the commissioner because he decides any kind of injury replacements.
I feel like the person that picks the team should be able to choose who they want.
Well, maybe, but
It's that
the rules are the rules.
in my opinion, that should be kind of fair. I mean, it's their team; they should be able to pick who replaces them. But
I would say because being an all star does have something to do with people's incentives. You may want to keep that to the commissioner because he will not have as much of a care about who becomes the all star rather than a player because you never know what these players may start hitting up, you know, Kevin Durant like, hey bro, make me all star this year, man, because I need this like a couple $1 million. Like there are incentives to being an all star that people don't ever think about when going on about injury replacements or why people care so much about being an all star. So I would like to keep that to the commissioner rather than try and give it to the players because that's just another way of players trying to get some leeway with other players for future building of teams. Don't forget, you be like, man, look, come to my team, man. I believe in you. I made you an all star that year. So I think that should continue to be the commissioner. And it looks like it'll be either Sabonis, Jared Allen, Miles Bridges. Um, I think it should be Miles Bridges or Jared Allen. I don't think Sabonis should be one. His team is like 15th or something.
yeah, let's see. His team is 13th right now. They're 17 to 29. So
Yeah.
But then again, Trae Young is the second vote lead, so second vote getting leader, and his team is like 12th in the conference. So
Yeah,
any
there's nothing. I mean, when you're that high, I mean, you kind of need to put him in there anyway because fans want him, obviously. But no fans are screaming for Demonis Sabonis. I mean, he literally is not. Is he even? Yeah, he's not even on the front court. I mean, he's under LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, that's how uninspiring that guy is.
I mean
That's
to
crazy.
the fans public to the fans eye, yes,
Yeah,
but
man. I mean, I wouldn't put him in there. Yeah, but there's no way Clay Thompson's making it. I know people keep saying, "Oh, he's got a shot." That man has no shot. Number one, he would have to play so well into like 20, like the games before the All Star break, and he hasn't really played that well in any of those games per se. But if he does make it, that would be the cheapest All Star selection ever because he did not earn it. He only got strictly because of fans, and for whatever reason, it would be somehow players and coaches felt pity, so let's put him as an All Star. Like he is not no All Star this year, man. He may be by the end of the year, but he's not right now.
but then again, I mean, let's say if Damian Lillard was actually going to play the rest of the season, there would be some slim of a chance that he could probably made it.
Yeah, he may have made it, maybe, but let's be honest, he was not great out the start. Anyways, he had so many games of not playing where his numbers were all down. He was not an All Star level guard. He was not a top four guard in the Western Conference. That's John Morant. That's that's Steph Curry's number one. John Morant's number two. Number three is Chris Paul. Number four is Luka Doncic, and then number five would be like Devin Booker and or maybe Donovan Mitchell, maybe over. Those are six guys who are all better this year than Damian Lillard for sure. Six guys already. So he was not an All Star this year.
Yeah, I mean, he had like 24 a game, 40% from the field, 32% from the field,
Yeah, those are
four
all.
rebounds, 7 assists. It's just his shooting stats were his shooting stats alone are just low
Yeah,
versus his normal rate of shooting over the
yeah. Just
past like
if you base
10.
off last year and you base off career averages, he was having a down year. And then you also per se, his team wasn't winning. So all these guys I'm talking about in his position all are on teams who they are contributing to winning. That's what makes them all stars. The all stars are players who contribute to winning teams. Outside of unless you're in the Western Conference, in the Eastern Conference, you know, it's much more different because there's just not that many great players at that position in the East. That's why Trae Young is number two because everybody knows him, right? Like what was it? DeMar DeRozan's one, Zach LaVine, obviously, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, no, because he hasn't played enough. LaMelo Ball, yes. Fred VanVleet, yes. Darius Garland should be an All Star this year because his team's winning. This may be the first year in the last 20 years where the Cleveland Cavaliers may make the playoffs without LeBron James. So I think he should be there over Trey Young personally. I think he should be DeRozan, Levine, and Harden should be the guys going to the All Star game rather than Trey Young. Like Trey Young may give you these 29 and 11s, but his team is losing. It's like he went right back to before last year, and I don't think that contributes an All Star. I think All Star is more than numbers; is also your impact on winning. That's what makes the best players the best players. So you know, but if people want to believe that the best player is just the guy who scores the most points, that's fine. But that's why I said that with his face, Damian is not an All Star this year. His team's not winning compared to other years.
Okay, so let's see. Let's compare last year.
Hmm.
Let me see. Last year's team.
Yeah. I don't know. The Warriors lost yesterday to the Pacers in overtime. That sucked. Ooh, wow.
Who was the one? No. Not, I'm looking at. I'm looking at. I'm looking at 20. Now I'm looking at 20. I'm looking at a team 2 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you're looking for
Yeah. I was looking at the two. I was looking at the team from 2 years ago.
oh, okay. Mm. Looking at my team. Looking at my stuff. Let me see here.
Yeah. Last year's team was overpowered. They got Durant's team got their ass kicked. You had Curry and LeBron. You had Curry and literally dropping threes on your ass on the ass all game. Literally. So the worst team for it was like the Pelicans and the mm, probably the Wizards. Let me see this.
Hmm.
Okay, no, give me that back. I have to look at the standings of the entire season. So, well, the worst team for the East was the Orlando Magic last year, and the worst team for the West, who had an All Star, was the New Orleans Pelicans. So they were dead. So Vucevic last year was on the team, and his team was damn near dead last at the end of the season, and Zion's team was like 11th. So they basically like one. They basically bottom tier. So,
Hmm.
so for me, based off of what I've seen, you could be like dead last and you can still make the team. That's
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can obviously based on how the ranking of the players and the coaches. Oh, I'm sorry, the media, the coaches, and the players. I think players get voted too, um, as well. Like, yeah, you can be dead last and making it. I'm just saying, I've agreed because inside the NBA they always talk about All Star. I believe that I don't care if you're dropping 30 and 11, but if your team is 12th in the conference, you're not an All Star, man. You're just a guy putting up numbers on a bad team, and the Hawks are a bad team. Where the record
yeah,
shows it and the numbers show it. They're not a good team. Just like Kevin Love was putting up crazy numbers on Minnesota and made it one time, I think, during his time in Minnesota. That's how it should be. Like, yeah, was he a top 20 player? Yeah. All those times, yeah. But he was not an all star because all stars win. All stars don't lose. Like, you should not be an all star and be 12, 17, and 31 or whatever. Like, no way, man. No way. Every all star on those teams, these 20 players, should all be guys from winning teams or teams who are 500 and are, blowing off expectations. Like, should Zion have been an all star? Probably not, because his team was so bad. But the numbers and the fan vote and the media loves Zion, so that's fine. But I'm a hardcore grader when it comes to All Star. I want my All Star teams to be the best of the best for that first 45 to 50 games, and Trey Young is not going to be there. I'm putting Darius Garland, and he should be a starter or whatever. But his team's winning. His team was exceed expectations. He should be there, obviously. But I'm surprised these Cleveland motherfuckers ain't voting for him. Like, what are you doing? Like, you should be double voting for this dude every day, man.
well,
They don't care about him over there in Cleveland.
don't be surprised that they're not voting for him when literally Cleveland fans are heckling Kyrie, and he was one of the reasons why they got the title. So
yeah,
I'm not
and then
surprised
they fined him 50,000.
they fined him 50K.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, then if the NBA saw the video and fined him 50,000.
for talking back.
Yeah,
Come,
because the video. That's just crazy.
come on, really? Why are we being soft? Why are we doing this soft shit, man?
It's funny. I
Because
don't know, man.
so because he talked back and because he said what was on his mind means that he gets fined. Really? Okay, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just yeah. It's just crazy.
it's like you can't be physical. You have to be soft to play the game. You can't be physical to play the game. You can't say what you want to say to the fans because you'll get fucking fined. So it's like, what can you do? Can you even talk to your teammate crazy? You probably get fined for talking to your teammate crazy. So I don't know what's going. This ever. I mean, it's good that the league changed, but then it's bad because you can't be. You can't be. I'm not saying talk crazy, but you can't say what you want to say. That's the thing, and they're really like censoring how how players are now. They're really
My
sounding.
thing is, it's insane that they're gonna find this man 50K for that video. Do you not know how many great things these players probably say to each other? Because somebody videotaped it, put it on Twitter. Now you gotta find him 50K. That's crazy, man. Phew. Whatever.
I mean, he's literally a setup. Kyrie literally got set up for that 50K. But what can you do? You can't. Only thing he can do is just move on, from it.
Yeah.
So let's get down to this Pokemon Ninja situation, man. Because all of a sudden Ninja start talking, then all of a sudden now he's not talking.
Hmm.
So where's his energy? I mean, where's his energy at? You start talking your shit. You tell her it's a bad decision, and then now you're quiet. Unless your fucking PR team tells you not to say nothing, okay? But I mean, if you talking, bringing that energy out there, you gotta come with it. You gotta come with it unless you're like, okay, this doesn't make sense for me to do this shit no more. Let me just move on from it. So, me personally, I don't know why he stopped talking. That
Yeah.
the whole for me is like if you're talking crazy or you're just talking in general, bring that energy. Don't fold. Don't back
Yeah.
down.
I mean, this dude hasn't said nothing. Like what? This is what 3 days? Let's just be all the way 100. Okay. He knows he can't get her for defamation because all she said was true.
She got
That's
proof.
really what's happening here. Like he can't. He that was the thing. It's funny. He said almost sued for defamation. It's been 3 days. How long does it take to get a defamation lawsuit off a streamer when everything she literally says is on stream? That's right. There's nothing because he's taking a freaking break. He's finally realized that I should just say nothing. I should go for a couple days and do nothing. And eventually, when I come back, say, "Yeah, I messed up, and I'm sorry. I should have never engaged with all that nonsense." He engaged, bro. I know you didn't type anything. Why would you ever do that? You're ninja. You have your wife. Go tell her to go find out the situation before you start doing any kind of uh playing around with this stuff. That shit's fire, man. And you don't touch situations without figuring it out. No matter how big you are. No matter what. When people try and get into investments, they do months of research. When you get called up and you find out this dude's trying to say what, you're like, what why is he trying to say for me to free him? What did he do? Racial? He did a hate raid? Oh yeah, you can't hate raid people, man. No, I'm not gonna help you. You should have learned never, not to hate raid. You should have known that this is Twitch, this is not YouTube. You can't do that type of stuff.
He
But
realizes that
no,
now. That's the thing.
he realizes that now, and then he goes on Twitter saying, "Oh," then he goes on Twitter retweeting his nonsense. He talked to him, says he's gonna play with him later. Why am I playing with you? I'm like, what? He just doesn't make any. It doesn't make any sense. He went out there, put his own limb on there, and now all these streamers were all more popular than you. Let's just be honest. He's completely fallen off. Or like, yeah, you're shit, dude. You got podcast people in mainstream podcasts saying your shit that you're jealous of her. I don't know about anything about jealous. I just
You
think he
know, when I hear people
the
talk about that,
some type
it's
of
more
situation
like
shall never know.
when I hear people say jealousy, it's more of is more of like a me throwing a jab, not because they're actually jealous. Like if
Nah,
you get into like a heated situation, everybody there's some sort of way or form somebody's gonna throw the word jealousy, and
I don't think he's jealous. I just think he
exactly.
really didn't try to figure out anything. He just rolled with the punches. I'm at all. That's what he did.
So
At least in
then
my opinion.
uh, she literally getting attacked for no reason. She got a he literally did what do you call it? He did his whole L ratio thing for no reason. I don't know what the hell was the point of doing this when she has no literal beef with you at all.
I will never understand the hate raid. I will never understand all of it. You all can go tell me it was all a joke. You don't do. I don't know what kind of joke that is.
You can't
He's
do
not,
that.
and he never ever said why he disliked her. I knew he was never gonna say shit. He knows he was in the wrong. He ruined the bag. I don't know. He ruined the bag for either a joke or for really didn't like her, whatever. He ruined the Twitch bag, which he obviously wanted. Now he's a YouTube dude again. He's just a YouTuber. Like I said. Anyways, he should be fine. YouTube, he can make money there too.
You just got to be consistent.
Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah, he should be consistent. He should be
as far
consistent
as
with
Ninja
his dumb
goes,
stuff.
you can't say you're going to sue somebody and then not do it. You just can't do it. You got to go
Yeah,
ahead and fall through, And if the lawsuit falls through, then you had nothing. And if the lawsuit does go through, then okay, make your case.
yeah,
But
man. Shit, you gotta be careful. You can't be going out here saying I'm gonna sue people. That shit real. People looking for that shit, and then you don't sue her. That means she was right, bro. That means you knew that shit was wrong. What you said.
because if you're gonna tell me that you're going to sue me, I'm like, bet, write it up, write that shit up, see if it goes through. You gonna sue me off of what? No,
What
off of
for the
nothing
truth?
because you don't got shit. Fuck out of my face, tripping.
I just laugh. I just laugh all the time. I really do. I just laugh when people just throw out threats and it never goes through. I'm gonna sue for defamation. Where's that suit? Nowhere to be found. Miss Kiff said it best. All you had to do was look at the situation. What else do you do? What else does he do on a daily basis? I would love to know what his day is. That he can't go out and figure out anything. Your wife is your manager. Go tell her to find this stuff out or something. I don't know. I just don't know. I went out to find out the situation. If I was in this type of situation and some dude came to me telling me I need to free me or something, I'm like, free you, huh? Hey, chat, tell me what happened. Chat tells you what happened. My real niggas tell me what happened. They'll be like, I'm not helping you. Why'd you do hate raid? You're an idiot. Nah, he just sat there and was like, "Yeah, let me do my Twitch representative. Let me playfully do, even though I really stopped playing the game, have my phone in my hand. Let me do this so they don't so people can get on my chat and I get subs and all this stuff." He did not really do any kind of um,
Search.
deterrent to his actions. He kind of just he just gave them more energy, man, and that's always been my issue. And then dumbass Keemstar comes out here really thinking Pokemon got Ginny and banned and think that
Oh
she's
man,
trying to use Ninja.
that cocksucker, bro. Don't even get me started on him. Oh
Like
man,
like he's an idiot.
Keemstar's a pot stirrer for days. He's the king of that stuff. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
and he's an idiot. He doesn't even understand. He doesn't understand anything. This is funny.
he's the drama reporter. Funny enough,
He really does.
but I was I seen King Shaw. I was like, oh god, here he go. You know, he about to start some other. He about to start some mess. About to twist some words for the clicks and the likes. And now this should be over with at this point. If he ain't about like I said before, he not about that life. He really not. He's not gonna what you call it, he's not gonna show up into your front door and sue you. He's going to say that for the camera, say that for the memes, and walk out.
He
He's
really
not.
said that and then bounce. Like his dumbass wife. Look. I don't look. I would say this if I was popular. Your wife is an idiot. You can't come out here and tell me you're going to defame lawsuit them, and then 3 days later. So what? Should I expect something on Monday, next Tuesday, when it's 7 days from the time you said I'm gonna defame, so give you a lawsuit? There's no lawsuit because there's nothing happened. This is just insane. This was a complete L, a misstep by Ninja and his wife. Let's be honest, his Ninja's team is his wife and CAA. This is a misstep by those two. You never do things like that. You could have handled it any other way because you're streamers. You have her number.
Well, the thing is, nobody, as much as streamers like to talk on cam, they don't want to do it in private. They always got to find a way to put it out there as content and make money off
Yeah,
of it.
man. And plus, Pokey, she did the right thing. She made that shit public to shame them motherfuckers and let them really do it. Oh, you got now people waiting for that lawsuit. I don't see none because there ain't no lawsuit. So
And what lets me know about Ninja is like, I could talk crazy to you, and you not gonna sue. You might not sue me, and if you do, I'm like, until you throw that lawsuit my way, come do it,
the
bitch.
funny thing is,
I know you ain't gonna sue my ass. I'm just wait for that lawsuit, and then I'm gonna engage with you later, because
the
I know
thing
you.
is, she never said anything crazy. She had her proof, and you still want to say she defamed you. Defamation is that she told literal lies that can be proven. Nothing she said can be proven to be a lie. It's all true.
She had the
It's
proof
all
though.
there. She
I,
had the text. Like, come on, man.
I
You gotta
don't
be
get
careful.
I don't get it though. She had the proof, so how can she lie unless she unless she photoshopped everything? Then if
Because
she did, let's say if she did, that's some true skill that she got. Because I ain't know she had it like that.
yeah, but that would mean that they really believe that they have no clue about any of the extra stuff. We know they do because it's literally there, bro. Like, come on, man. And Pokemon showed you this shit. Pokemon showed you all that stuff, real stuff, and you really sat there and said, "All I know was about the L ratio, whatever." She showed you all the extra stuff, and you knew that shit, and you really went out there and tried to, you know, uh, put her out there to drive make her feel crazy.
He really went after and tried to cap to the whole world.
Look, man, Ninja, he messed up, man. People see how you really are, and they know this. This look, people are gonna watch you, whatever, your fans, but like, we know the truth, bro. We know what you be acting like, what you be thinking, and it's never good. So hopefully they've learned their lesson. They come here and do some video, and try and save some skin, save some face, but
Me personally, this is like what the last thing I'm gonna say is I never really messed with Ninja. He never really, and I never messed with him in the sense of how his personality and him what is it? I just never messed with him like that. He didn't catch my eye as a content creator and as a person. I don't respect people that talk on the internet and don't do nothing about it. He literally said it. He literally talked crazy and it ended up backing away. If you're going to sue a mofo, sue that cuz. Don't run away. I don't know why. I don't know who you think he is trying to sue somebody and then turn around and not do it. Because you know that shit costs money. You know that it costs time, and you know you can't get back the time if you lose out the suit. So if he went through with that suit, that would have been free money in Pokey's pocket. No, that's no cap. So he knew he couldn't get what he wanted. So he decided to bail, and that was probably the best thing he could have ever done. Because
You know,
if he,
it's funny. Ninja's back streaming this shit now. He
of
been
course,
streaming.
what else he's gonna do?
Yeah, but he ain't saying nothing. I've told you. They've left that thing alone. They moved on. They
Exactly.
moved. So it's fine. It's fine, but it is what it is.
So
But
with
yeah, man, moved out, bro. It moved. That's good. Move on. Just keep it moving. Understand that you fucked up and just shut your mouth and go. And Pokey won. It's funny. She won. She didn't got well. He got permanent banned for his own stupidity. And these fools are ran their head their tails behind them, and ain't putting out no lawsuit and ain't making no video. Where's that video he said gonna do? All will be explained. Yeah, nothing should be explained because they're a bunch of dumb fucks who just know that they're wrong. It's hilarious.
all they do is talk the talk, and they don't walk the walk. So
All right.
let's get to our weekly teams, and really in the usual what we do over here is we don't really waste time if things are going to be generally the same no matter the same. So let's start with the West, and that is mine is the Suns, the let's see the Grizzlies, the Warriors, and the Jazz. So the Suns are one, Grizzlies two, Warriors three, Jazz are four, and my number five is the Denver Nuggets, and my number six is the Bulls. Number seven is the Cavs. Number eight is mm, number eight is the Wizards. Number nine, Celtics. Number 10 is the Nets.
Okay. So for me, number one is going to continue to be Phoenix Suns. They're on a record pace of say 6-5 wins. They played well. They look like clearly the best team in the league. Uh, my number two team, look, I'm gonna look Memphis Grizzlies. I have to give them some love. These guys have been 22-6 since November 28th. Best record in the league. They've played well. They did get destroyed by the Bucks, but I mean, that is what it is. But John Morant's played well, and Desmond Bain has proven himself to be as good as Dylan Brooks, or probably better offensive player than him. But he's shown up, so happy for him. I'm going to drop. Actually, here we go. I'm going to drop the Warriors behind the Bucks on number three, and the Warriors are going to be four. I'm going to put them four. I'm going to give the Bucks Giannis 33, 15, and 7 against those Grizzlies, so that was good. And Chris Middleton has been playing well as well. Number four will be the Warriors. They just lost last night to a team that literally has nobody on their team. They lost to them. That's a horrible loss. So that's disrespectful, and they're going to be four. I'm going to put the Miami Heat five. Miami Heat deserve it. They played very well. Without Jimmy Butler at some points and Bam out by the last couple weeks. So, and then Jimmy Butler, went out there and got ejected for screaming at the ref. Literally screamed at the ref and he ejected himself. And they blew the Blazers by 26, or by at least double digits. Okay. Now my number six team is the Chicago Bulls. They've been up and down as well. They've lost 5 of 6 before they beat Cleveland. So, they haven't played well, but that's more about injuries and protocols. Again, every other team has had released some protocols and injuries outside of Phoenix. They really haven't had that issue at all. So good to them for having their stuff in order. Number 7 is the 76ers. They've moved up from like 10. They're like 10th last week. I moved it up. Joel Embiid, 50 points on 17-23 shooting on Wednesday. He's averaged 30 points basically on 51% shooting over the 24 games since he came back from COVID protocols. So he's been very good. And their team is 26-18, and they've played well. Yeah, number 7. Number 8 is between Cavaliers and the Mavericks. And I'm going to give it to the Mavericks. The Mavericks have been 10-2 in their last 12, and their defense has been very good over here over the last 12 games. And Luka Doncic has been, he's been okay, but he's been giving me big time numbers. I've seen some of his numbers like 40 points and like
Yeah,
12,
he had the
15.
triple double.
Yeah, he's out here putting crazy numbers in the league right now and asserting himself again. Why I've said he's a top 5 player in the league. Since probably been top 5 player since his second year in the league, in my opinion, personally. Number 9 is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were on a 5-game win streak before they lost. But look, they may have lost. They've obviously they're what they trail only the Warriors, Suns, and Jazz in net rating, which is good. Darius Garland has been averaging 20 points and 12 assists since their five game winning streak. I will also say that Colin Sexton, think about moving him. Uh, I don't know why you need him. Your team's been fairly good without him. I'm just saying, there's other teams that could use Colin Sexton scoring. I would think about leaving him and building my team with Mobley, Allen, and Garland. That's what I would do because uh, Evan Mobley's going to win Rookie of the Year. His team is winning, and he's having incredible numbers for a rookie. So Cleveland has finally found it after 25 years without LeBron. Are going to be in the playoffs and found themselves a little core. And number 10 is the Utah Jazz. They
Damn.
lost 6-7. They lost 6-7, man. And they 4 of those losses have come against losing teams. Yes, they've lost Rudy Gobert. They are plus 14 with him and minus 4 with minus 0.4, so barely they're a little bit negative without him. But their defenses really fell off. They're 12th in points allowed, so that means they're bottom in the middle of the pack. They're going to need to help, man, because their defense has dropped like a rock. And if they continue to drop closer to the deadline, they may need to make some changes. Because the Warriors, the Phoenix Suns, some of these teams may be sliding a little bit, but nothing like the Jazz. The Jazz have been losing to bad teams. So that's my top 10. Yes, the biggest surprise. Jazz are number 10. They've been dropping. That's what they are. There you go.
For me, I picked the Nuggets basically because at the start they was down there, man. They was way down there. No floater. Now they starting to pick up,
I
and
mean, have they been fifth pretty much all year? I mean, they've been pretty
the
consistent.
The Lakers have been over them for like most of the season until now.
Yeah, Lakers are like I think they're seventh or something. Seventh
No,
or eighth.
they're eighth right now. That's why I put them. That's why I put them at number 5 because they've been starting to pick themselves up a bit. And
That's true. Okay. Yeah, I think they could pick themselves up. I know a lot of people are talking about Russell Westbrook. Maybe that's something we could talk about. He got benched last 4 minutes and they lost, so benching made no sense. Look, I don't think it's all on Russell Westbrook. I just think the team is badly equipped, badly built around.
I mean, as much as we would like to blame Westbrook, there's like 12 other people on that team instead of him.
Yeah, their team is just not well built. I mean, they're all old. That's the truth. All their players can't really play defense. Where they had their full team, they were literally a playing team anyways. Because Anthony Davis wasn't playing well. It was only LeBron and Russell Westbrook was doing everything. Then come off then they haven't had Kendrick Nunn all year. Trevor Reeves is not the same guy he was. Austin Reeves is one of the only other guys. Him and Carmelo and Malik Monk are like the only 3 guys off the bench are any good, and it doesn't help that much. They can't play any defense or stay in front of anybody really at all. That's only Avery Bradley and who can really do it. So their team is they're just not very they're just not a good team for today's league. They should have gotten younger. They just got so old. Like we all said it when they got all these dudes and their median age was 29. Like, no, man, you need some young players. That's what the Suns have. That's what the Warriors have. That's
That's
what
how you win. You don't win with old squad unless you're the 2014 Miami Heat.
yeah, like, Milwaukee's got a bunch of dudes 26, 27. You know, the Suns have, Devin Booker and DeAndre under the age of 25, under the age of 26. The Warriors have Kaminga. They have Jordan Poole. They have Juan Toscano Anderson. They have James Wiseman. They have Gary Payton. They have like these dudes who are young and fast and want to play some defense. You got Chicago Bulls. They have young players, Levine, Lonzo, Ayu Dosomu, Javante Green.
They got Vucevic.
They got Vucevic, who's like, I think he's like 28, 29. But they feel young. They play young, you know. You got like Cleveland Cavaliers, you got Garland, you have Mobley, you have Marketed, you have Allen, you have Isaac Okoro. Like you have young
Colin
dudes.
Sexton also.
Yeah, Colin Sexton if he's there. Like you got dudes with some energy. Lakers have no energy. I mean, there's obviously the X's and O's of obviously issue as well as spacing and really bad shooting amount on their team. And I'm not saying everybody needs to shoot threes. I'm just saying their shooter's not great. But most of it is that they don't really play. They don't have any effort guys on their team. So that's why they're bad. Like, what if they lose to the Magic today of all teams? Like, we don't know. Like, they lost to the Thunder, man. The Thunder early in the season when Thunder were losing the game, blown up by 70.
Yeah. It's like the Lakers are losing. Yeah, the Lakers lost them twice. They have 20 point. They have 40-point leads combined and lost that shit twice.
Yeah, so, man. It's so it's a big issue, but yeah. What else has happened? The Suns have played very well. I mean, but yeah. What were you gonna say?
The NFL playoffs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the NFL players were good and bad last week because they had they had like 3 blowouts actually. They had 2 close games, 3 blowouts. Those blowouts were not pretty. Kyler Murray looked so bad on Monday night. He threw a pick 6 like from his end zone. He's going to get sacked for safety, so he threw the ball and then it got picked and they scored 6 points. So actually he was better off just getting safety rather than throwing the pick, which he then threw. So he played bad. Mac Jones played really bad. And who else? And then Big Ben, yeah, they played bad, so they got blown out. So there's 3 blowouts. So there's nothing you can take away from those games. The 2 games that were good was the Bengals and the Raiders. I'm sorry. What are the games? There was a second game that was good. Oh, why can't I remember it? Let me see. Let me look up the scores. Because let me look up the scores just to refresh my memory, real quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Because there's 2 games that were generally close last week. Oh yeah, 49ers Cowboys was close. Yeah, there we go. The 49ers and Cowboys were close, and the Raiders and Bengals game was close. Now the more interesting game was the Cowboys. Because the Cowboys were fucking stupid, and Dak ran through the middle of the field for 17 yards and wasted all the time. So, and then what happened? Like every show after that week, every show had like their best viewership ever. Like First Take had its biggest viewership.
How the hell did the Patriots make the wild card?
Patriots are a good team.
I think it was 10-7, and they got the ass kicked, but. Well, I mean, it is Josh Allen. I expect nothing less.
But we all knew the Bills are going to win. People knew the Bills were going to win. They just didn't think the Bills would do what they did, which is throw for 5 touchdowns, or throw for 5 touchdowns.
What the ass like that?
Yeah, like beat them by 30. And I remember watching the game after Mac Jones threw their interception. They did nothing for a couple quarters. So that's when the game got blown out
Oh no,
because
you was right. They did nothing for a couple hours. You was right.
yeah, they did nothing for a couple of, a couple hours or a couple quarters, however you want to say, obviously. But obviously a couple hours in real time, they did nothing. Because Buffalo goes and scores a touchdown real quick. They go down the field and were threatening a score. Then he throws a kind of like a fade back shoulder through a long ball, and the safety just is playing coverage. He just jumps in front of him, picks off. They score another touchdown. They did nothing. Like by the second quarter, it was like 20-0. I was like, this game's fucking over. And then I looked at it later. They're down like 20-3. They scored another touchdown. I'm like, damn, they can't stop nobody. So you know, it was bad. But yeah, you don't expect the Patriots lose that bad. But I
Nope.
said it before when they played each other in 50-mile-per-hour winds and couldn't throw the ball. Of course, the were going to win. They run the ball way better, and because Buffalo has to run the ball, it's easier for them to defend. So,
Who do you think is gonna win in the divisional round? The Bengals or Titans?
uh, I really think the Bengals. I really do think the Bengals going to win. Just me. I don't know. I really think Joe Burrow's got it this year. I really think the Bengals are going to get to the championship game this year. You know, I just don't know how much I could trust Brian Tannehill. The only thing the reason why people may pick the Titans is that I think the Titans defense is probably less susceptible to the throwing that the Bengals defense is more susceptible to. But with Derrick Henry, if you can stop Derrick Henry early, you got them. I just don't think the Titans are going to do a great enough job of scoring the ball against the Bengals because they're going to try and run the ball more. The Bengals throw the ball a lot, and they've got really good wide receivers, far better than the Titans. Yeah, they got Julio Jones and AJ Brown, but those dudes are always injured, and that receiver group is not better than what the Bengals have. The Bengals have probably the best wide receiver group in the league. They've got Chase, Higgins, and Boyd, bro. Like that is the best wide receiver tandem in the league. And I think that's enough for them to win tomorrow. I think they're going to score 30 points tomorrow. Joe Burrow's gonna have another good game. They're gonna win that game, get to the championship game, and lose to either the Bills or the Chiefs. And at least for that game, I think the Bengals are gonna win.
Mm, I know the Packers got to whoop the 49ers. If
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm picking the Packers because Jim Garoppolo I don't trust. So that's my thing. I don't
okay.
trust I don't trust pretty boy Jimmy.
I know, but the Bucks got to win. I mean, the Bucks are odds on favorite, but you never know. The
Uh,
Rams are making upset.
I think the Rams beat the Bucks. I think they beat the Bucks because the Bucks defense is sorry, and they face Jalen Hurts, and he's not a good enough quarterback to attack their defense. Plus, the Eagles don't have the amount of weapons that the Rams have. So, and the Rams are better defense. So, I think the Rams are going to win. I think the Rams are going to sweep them and end Tom Brady's season for this year and get to the championship game.
The Bills and the Chiefs are a hard one for me. That's a difficult one.
Yeah, they're hard because the quarterbacks are so similar. The offenses are so similar in their potency. Their defenses are peaking. The only reason I think I got to give it to the Bills is because I trust the Bills to stop Mahomes more than the Patriot. I'm sorry, than the Chiefs can stop Allen. That's just for me. I think the what they faced Big Ben, who still scored 21 points anyways. He still threw a couple touchdowns, and he did throw not a lot of yards, but he did throw well. So I don't believe that they've shown me yet that they can stop a quarterback with a real top 10 quarterback. Like Big Ben is a bottom tier quarterback and still had a decent game. Now you're going up against probably the second best quarterback in the league. Like, nah, they're gonna lose, and Allen's gonna assert himself as the best quarterback in the AFC after this. So I think the Bills are gonna win. It's gonna be close though, but it is somewhat of a toss up.
So I guess that's it for this week.
Yeah, yeah. And what's going on in WWE? What is going? Rey Mysterio is now the
Oh yeah,
cover star, superstar.
oh he is, and
Yeah, they
I,
just
I just hope to God that this game is not as broken as what I was experiencing like 2 days ago. Literally, Finn Balor slapping me up, and I couldn't reverse nothing, and I had everything. I don't know if I didn't have no reversals or anything, but I was trying to hit that triangle, and nothing was showing up. So either that game is so damn glitched, or I had no reversals. Cause I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. After I reversed, I just restarted the match because I just got fed up. There's no way in hell I'm going through getting my ass kicked like that, and I have no
We've had
reversal.
what, like 3 years to do that game.
That game's been out since like 29, since like 2020.
Yeah, they've had 2.5 years or so. Yeah, they should be able to do. That game should be pretty bug free. I mean, if they have good testers who do everything, they should be pretty bug free. And this is a big game for them. This is the future of the WB video game series, because if this game flops, then yeah, they're in danger of just not making games for a while, or at least they'll continue to go through these really long cycles. But yeah, if this game's successful, they'll be back on track. It's pretty simple, you know. You just hope that there's a real appetite for their games. I just don't know if there is. If you're not the NBA, or like you're not like Madden, then it's hard. It's hard for sport, or FIFA. I'm sorry, FIFA. Like I don't want WWE to be like NASCAR, which is so niche that nobody, like, it barely gets anything, like any real numbers. So hopefully it's a good game. It gets really good scores and reviews, and people want to buy it and play the games and stuff, because they do have like millions of people who watch the fucking shows. So that's a big bit. That's a decent base of people who can hopefully buy the game. So if the game's good, I expect at least 1 million plus buys within a year of the release date.
Mm, you would think that, but
I
this
mean, I hope a year. It's got to be a good game though. Like, it has to be like 8.5 and above. And I think 365 days from now, it's going to be a million plus sales, and it's deemed a success. Like, because they're not doing very much promotion. Obviously, I don't see very many commercials of WB like I used to when they used to release games. Like, I haven't seen any. Have you seen any when you watch WB programming? Have you seen
I've seen one on YouTube with
on YouTube, right?
somehow
Like, not on TV though.
Tim the Tap Man was there.
hmm He's
I
in
was
there,
like,
yeah. You have like Roman Reigns, everybody's in there. Like, but where is it on WWE programming? So that's where it's supposed to be. Like, you should be showing that WWE programming to like 2-3 million people watch your show. You should be like bombarding them with that shit, not putting it on YouTube. That's just me. So does that mean they don't believe in the product? I don't know. Marketing shows your belief in something. Like, if you market something, that means you believe in it. That means you really put money to that shit. If you don't do it, then it may show your belief in it is waning. So, but I think it's gonna be good. It's been 2 years. Like, I'm sorry, it's been 2 years that you know of, but probably longer. And most developers don't get that long time.
oh no, it got released October 22nd, 2019.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, yeah. So they've had 2 years of since we know that was released, because we know they've been working on 2K22 before the release date of that October 19th, 29. I'm sorry, October 21st. You said right,
22nd.
22nd, 2019. They've been working on 2K22 longer than even that. We know that because if you look at like some of these games, when they talk about when they were working on those games like pretty, really early on. Even when they were working on those games when they were just finishing the game they were putting to be shipped. Because I remember Spider-Man, they says they were doing Spider-Man like right around the last Ratchet, like the last Ratchet and Clank they released, they were doing Spider-Man then. So Spider-Man was in development. It was released what 2018, right?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2018. Yeah,
2018. That 2018. That game was probably being made like 26, 15, 16. Because it's taking them 5 years to make Spider-Man 2. I understand that now, taking them 5 years to do that. With Spider-Man, the original probably took them. They're probably making that game like 2014, 2015. They released it 18. I mean, if they were, I mean, maybe it took them 2 years, but it does take a long time to make games. A long, more money, anything. But yeah, I think 2K22 is going to be successful, and hopefully but it will go on sale though, pretty fast. It usually does.
that's what I'm waiting. That's what I'm waiting. I'm not gonna buy it day one. I'm gonna just wait because it's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
yeah,
The,
and you may deals on different websites too. I've seen that before.
the revenue went from 32 million to 30 million when 2K20 got released. So 2K20 made 30 million, 2K19 made 32 million. So they have digressed. And I can tell you firsthand, playing a game for 2 years straight, that game has really digressed. And it makes sense why they made 2 million less.
Yeah,
And they've made like what 300 uh 2K19 made 360 sold 364 copies.
oh,
Yeah,
364,000 copies.
yeah, they sold 2K19 sold 364,000 copies, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about 2K20, but it's probably less
Well,
in
yeah,
the first week.
if
In the first
yeah, the
week,
first week. So I don't know if they ever made like some release that 2K19 ever sold 8 million or whatever, which does say that game did not do well, obviously, because your games have to sell at least 1 million plus. Like if you remember Days Gone, right? Like that game, that sold like the same amount as Ghost of Tsushima, but but failed because commercial, like critically, nobody liked it like that. Even though it sold like 8 million copies, that game should have got a sequel, literally based on that. But they were like, we're not making this shit again, which is why they're making a new game again. But um, just goes to show you, man, sales may not be everything. It is sales and critical, you know, uh needs critical reviews. Like if your game gets like a lot of money, but the reviews suck, then it's tough.
these reviews for 2K20, like PC got a 43 out of 100, PS4 got a 43 out of 100, and the Xbox One got a 45 out of 100, and GameSpot.
Honestly, I don't even know. I'm always surprised at any the consoles are different. They're literally the same thing. That's just me. I'll be honest. Like, what gives the Xbox like two more than the PlayStation 4? Or yeah, PlayStation 4. What
PC.
did? Like that always makes me laugh. I'm like, how does this thing get two more? What does it even do that the other console couldn't do? Those consoles both run the same graphics, the same
This,
FPS.
this is a Metacritic's opinion on it.
Yeah, well,
So
Metacritic is a dumb fuck because it makes no sense. I would just use one for both because they're consoles. Like if it's a 45 on PS5, it's a 45 on the Xbox One X, unless for some reason something on Xbox One X is like significantly better or somewhat better. That's just me. If you really think about it, does it really make sense to give a different score for consoles? Does it really make sense? Like I get it for PC, but it doesn't make sense for consoles. That's just me. I've always said that it should be the same for both. They're literally the same thing, man. They really are. Okay, unless Xbox One X gives you 1080p and the PlayStation, or yeah, I'm sorry, no, the Xbox One gives you 1080p 60, and the PlayStation 4 gives you like 940 60, then yeah, that can be a difference. But if everything's the same, there's no difference. Rant over. I just never get that part.
I just this game is just they just gotta do better. That's it. They just have to try and do better, and if they can't do better after 2 years, I don't know what to say.
I mean, damn, they've had the dev kit of the PlayStation 5 for 2 years. So this game should be well optimized. It should have all of its bugs mostly out. Every game's gonna have bugs, people. Don't ever think that there won't be bugs in any game you release. These people go through strenuous testing. There will always be bugs that come out, but they should have gotten most game breaking bugs out. Just maybe some little things that happen. This game should be polished well. It's got 2 years, more like four, really more like 3 or 4 years, really, actually, but much longer than they usually get, anyways. I mean, Call of Duty is possibly going to move to its own, like, 2, 3 year release window now, which I think they should do. Would save the game, would give developers more time to make better games, anyways. But I think the future of gaming is let's move away from annual releases, go to 2 to 3 years, so that you have a better job making games. It's just better. It just is. And don't forget today what's it called? Today there I think it's close to the release of the whatever Uncharted Thieves thing, Land of Thieves or Age of Thieves, whatever bullshit they're doing, releasing Thieves End and the Lost Legacy as a bundle for PlayStation 5 and PC. That's I think that maybe that's today. I don't know, but I know I saw a trailer.
I don't know. I don't really keep up with that type of. I don't keep up with that weak ass franchise now.
I mean, look, there's. I mean, look, I really do think they may actually do a reboot, and if they do, fine, I'll buy it. I mean, look, I'm totally done with The Last of Us. They should just go and try to reboot that bullshit. Don't touch The Last of Us 3 or whatever Last of Us 2. If you want to do part 3 because they have things, they'll probably do it, but it's gonna suck ass. I'm gonna be mad and whatever. And if Ellie dies at the end of that fucking thing, I called it. I should be rich.
Yeah, yeah. At that point, they should might as well just go and remake it. Since they already kind of ended the Uncharted franchise, they should go ahead and just end the Last of Us franchise.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, they're making the Uncharted. If the Uncharted movie is fucking lit, then they're gonna make something. If Uncharted does well, if it does well, they'll make something They'll make something, um, game wise, probably some kind of thing. I really do hope the Uncharted movie does well. It comes out February 23rd or something. Hopefully, it does well. I really do. I think it's gonna be a good movie. But damn it, they took literally every chase scene from every Uncharted game and threw it in there, bro. It literally it's amalgamation of Uncharted, and so hopefully it does well. Shit, I don't know.
Well, I guess with that being said, this has been another episode of the APF podcast, episode 138. It is I, the most phenomenal man that shocked the system, aka the coach, signing out.
And it's your boy going forward. I've got Jack in the Box food for me to eat, but hope you guys have
What was
enjoyed.
it? What that you did? That wasn't Panda.
No, I did not get Panda. I'm not paying $20. Um, I no way. Fuck that. I need to be rich. What you're gonna say?
Oh no, I was done. I already did my outro.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I got Jack in the Box, not Panda Express. That shit's for rich people. But if you've enjoyed the podcast, please leave a like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Also, click those that below button down there, the arrow to
Links in the
get all the
description.
links and everything. And enjoy your weekend and this rest of this Friday. And we are out
Ah!
later.